Greetings everyone, this is Elizabeth and we are here for October 14th's fall/Halloween card series. I know it is the 15th, but I didn't get a chance to make a video yesterday. But I think you'll be pleasantly happy. We're going to make two cards. We're going to make a Halloween and a fall card using the same paper. Now this is kind of the whole idea of the series, is we get kind of a base idea and then expand it to fit our needs. So we're going to emboss the paper with this Sizzix / Tim Holtz Alterations folder. It's got this really neat, it kind of reminded me of a tablecloth kind of texture. And then we're going to pair it with a fall sticker. Now stickers you won't see very much on my channel. I do have a ton of them, but I've not used them. I mean, this one's from 1999, you guys. And then the other one we are going to emboss with the Paper Studios folder, and it is Spiderwebs. Paper Studios is a Hobby Lobby brand. And I'm going to just pick one of these 3 spiders to go on with that one. We're going to go ahead and add some lunar paste to accentuate the texture. And then we're going to distress the edges just a little bit, just to give it a little more depth. To help us get started, I did forget to grab my card bases though, so let me grab those. So we've got 2 card bases, and you can cut yours any way you like. I do prefer the top fold on the skinny. And I have already embossed the folders. Now embossing's pretty easy. They put the name of their company on the top. So if you put your design facing the top and sandwich it down, you're going to get the raised impression. Now if I'd had flipped this over, we would have had a debossed, and all of this texture would have been raised, and we'd have been dealing with that. Same with this one. This one is a little, to me it seems a little backwards, but these bumps and everything are raised up. So the little squares are what's pushed in. I would have liked it in reverse, but you know, if we did it in reverse, then our dots would have been pushed in. But we'll make do. I think it'll texture up really nice with our lunar paste. And on my Cuttlebug, it's 2 B plates and then your sandwich there. So all we're going to do is, at this point, we're going to decide, do we want to trim it for a border or have it full sheet? And you know what? I think we're going to go full sheet. Usually I trim everything so we get a nice little border. But I'm feeling full size today. Let's try that. So all we're going to do is we're going to grab some ink that kind of matches this vintage or rusty hinge. Really looks a lot like this leaf. So we're just going to grab our flat blender and just bring that in on the edges. Okay, because we're going to go over the raised areas with some lunar paste to add some sparkle. And see how we just adding that little bit of color to the edges really makes it pop. Okay. This one, you know what? Let's go in with the ink all over this one. And then when we add the lunar pastes, we'll add it as hit and miss areas, and I'll show you what I mean by that. See how it just, here's the original paper. Let me move that. So here's our original, and see how that just transform, a little bit of ink, you guys, just transforms it so much. Ugh, so lovely. I'm gonna clean my mess and I'll be right back. I am back with, I just have a flat foam sponge. It's a little bit different. It's from Bree Reese alcohol ink collection. And I'm going to grab the orange one for the fall. So this would be Traffic Cone in the Simon Hurley Lunar Paste. Now, if you have a white, oh, that's a little too much. If you have a white based texture paste, you can add a little bit of pigment via paint, or try even a tiny drop of alcohol ink. Now I'm just gonna try and catch it on a few spots, not everywhere. This one I do want here. I'm just tapping right into my plastic from the lid. Smooth that out just like, because I don't want it super thick. I just want to add a little bit of orange to that. Just kind of willy-nilly. And then we've got this beautiful shine that is just sitting on there, and it won't take very long to dry. That might take a little bit longer, but that's okay. We'll set that aside, and then to clean up, all you got to do is spray that with some water and you're good to go. So I will be back once again after my cleanup. And we are back with some Slippery When Wet. And this is such a lovely golden color. I tell you, it's great for, I mean, look it. I've used so much. A little bit does go a long way. So you can imagine I have actually done a lot with this texture paste. That's what I love. It just goes on for days. Okay, so we're going to smoosh it out just like we did before. But this time I want to make sure I get those spider webs nice and golden. Because it doesn't have to be scary Halloween. That's what's so great. You know, Halloween comes right when the leaves are changing and the acorns and everything. Add some extras to, oops, the corners. And just, ta-da, look at that shine and shimmer. So you can apply it all over very generously, or you can just do hit and miss so you get some pops. Same paper, two different folders, embossing folders, two different feels. We've got more fall, a little creepy fall going on, so it's going to be perfect for Halloween. We're going to set those aside and let them dry. And this time I'm going to show you what I've been doing to clean up. Just put this back on here. Put you away. Ta-da! So on here we have the tannish color from our ink cleanup, the Rusty Hinge. And I just squirted some water on the table, picked it up, and then I did the same thing with the Traffic Cone Lunar Paste. Okay, and I took my palette knife, what teeny bit was on there, and I just did that. Look at that. And we take our water, squirt this down, and the lunar paste, to get it off your table, you do need to make sure you pull and push and pull to pick it up off the table. And now this is going to be fabulous. I can even emboss this with one of those embossing folders and get something else entirely. And then we just have this tiny bit of cleanup, oops, that just wipes off just like so. And if it dries on, I don't know if you can see that right there, but it's dried on. Squirt, squirt, wipe, wipe. Easy peasy cleanup. Check that out. Now to clean your blending, whatever you're using, the foam domes, even this, all you got to do is squirt it and wipe it. Okay, so it comes clean pretty darn easy. Even with the foam blenders, they just take longer to dry. And if you like how this works, you might make your own with some fun foam, some thick fun foam, and then just put a Velcro piece on there. And that's all nice and clean. And I've used this several times for my lunar paste. And I can just pin it back to its home, and we can get on to the next part. See? Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Sorry if that sounded loud. Had the camera right in my face. Okay. Let's see how this is our first one. And like I said, the little spots in the wells, those aren't too terribly dry, but we'll just pick them up and that's good to go. And oops, I must have had a little bit. Yep, I had a little bit on the back side. That happens. Just get that picked up. Doesn't affect it at all. And then this one, because we put it on so thin, it's mostly dry. How wonderful is that? So all we're going to do now is apply these to the card bases. With some glue. I know I have glue. I just refilled my bottles. Oh yeah. Definitely refilled that. We don't want our glue gloppy, so I'm just going to kind of smooth that out a little bit. I'll have to remember that when I refill, it's kind of loose. Like a long neck goose. Look at that. Woohoo! Hold that firm and then grab our second one. And I'm adding more than I normally do for glue because these are textured, and so the hills and the valleys, well, only the hills are going to stick. So I need to make sure that I get enough hills stuck down that it's going to hold this in place. And there's a little wet spot up there, so I'll just squish it down like this. Like so, like so. Look at those. Don't those just look pretty like that? And this one, you could just put Happy Halloween, Happy Fall, y'all. I mean, you could just go sentiment. But we pulled them out, so we're going to use them. I like this clear sheet because then I could see. Oh, look at that. I like that little Spidey. See if we can get the Spidey off of his home. He's been there for 10 years or more. Living there for a decade, guys. Oh, okay. We're going to have to be more delicate because apparently while it sat there, it really likes its home. Okay, it started peeling. And we'll just add some glue. See if we can't get this picked off without ripping anybody. Okay, I'm going to heat it up. Sometimes if we heat adhesive, the glue releases. I'll do this live, so you may want to turn down your TVs. Let's try that. We don't want to rip it. There we go. That's what we want. And anywhere that it's split, we'll just add a little bit of glue. Make sure it stays put. Now, stickers don't normally do this, but because, like I said, it's been hanging out in a book for years, the glue has decided to be more permanent. And if I had too much troubles, I probably would have just fussy cut him out and then glued the whole plastic sheet down. There's nothing wrong with that either. So we're gonna get this to the top. And then just tap him on down so he fits. Nice and beautiful. I'm gonna get my fine tipped glue and I'm going to add just a dab there. You can see this one was peeling, so I'm going to add just a dab there. And what I'm doing is, even my dab, even out of the fine tip, it's going to leave extra. So if you go in one swooping motion and pull that glue off, you're not going to have any residue sticking where you don't want it. Okay, here I'm going to do it again. I'm going to put it there the best I can. You can even do this with the tissue just in case you have yuck on your fingers, but so I'm going to shove it all in one direction so that I can wipe that glue off in the same direction. And now he's going to be stuck there being all pretty on his new home. And see, we heated enough of that peeled off quite nicely. I think I'm going to add just a little bit of glue to this, just in case. I should have probably done that to the spider too, but it is what it is. Ooh, don't do that. I'm going to turn it around, and then we're just going to set that right. Trying to avoid the glue on my fingers, just like so. Oh, I like that. I like that. Check that guy out. Let me cap my glues real quick. Capita glues. Okay. And now we're gonna grab our fall one. And we're just gonna kind of liken the guy with the little wheelbarrow. He's looking awfully cute. And just by touching it, I can tell that it's not terribly sticky. So, glue time. We're just gonna add a thin layer of glue to this guy, maybe. Ugh. Stay. No, don't go there. Okay, I'm just going to add just a little bit of glue. That way there we're sure he'll be sticky. Cap that because I always forget. This time I definitely need some tweezers so I can pick this up. Kind of decide where I want him. Ta-da! And then there we have it. Yes, I am all done. Granted, you could put a little sentiment on there. See how fall would look. That might work. Let's put a little glue on that. There we go. What do you guys think? Was that easy or what? I think it was rather quite easy. So you could run your embossing folder on all your paper. And this was one 12 by 12 sheet. I got it out of a recollections book. So you can go to Michael's and whatnot to get them. Here's this one. It's where I got that one. Okay. And I did a buy one, get two free. I never buy these at full price. There's no need. You can just pick your papers and do the same thing. Cut up all your paper. You can get 4 full panels, and then you'll have 2 extra pieces. Okay. And don't throw these away, because even if you use it on half the card, I mean, look at that. Fabulous border. I would use it just like that. Put a little something on the inside. Heck, I could add the little pumpkin guy and have another card just out of one strip of the 12 by 12 paper. Okay. So lots of options with your paper. If you buy the smaller packs and you get 1 of these, then you use your little scraps to do line work, you know, kind of like this on your 3rd card or your 2nd card. I hope that makes sense. Kind of rambling here. My apologies. I will let you go now. I hope you have a wonderful day. If this is inspiring to you to pull out your embossing folders, please hashtag Chat with Sassy on Facebook and Instagram, or share it in our Facebook group, Chat with Sassy's Crafty Friends. And Sassy is the unicorn. So if you see the unicorn, you know you are in the right place. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.